Welcome to the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats, powered by the College of Southern Nevada. Each week, we'll be featuring business owners and entrepreneurs that will provide their personal recipes for business, powerful conversations, and knowledge of the business world. We amplify the stories of various backgrounds, cultures, and expertise. Our self-identity is as diverse as our social community. We cultivate a community of like-minded individuals that share their different perspectives, broadening our worldview. Are you ready? This is the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats.
Welcome back to the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats. I'm so happy to be back as a guest host. I am Emily Rafael. I am one of the Asian Community Liaisons for the Nevada Grow and Minority Business Development Agency here in Las Vegas. Our special guest today is a young entrepreneur who has shown dedication, perseverance, motivation, and hard work. With his passion to achieve success, he opened his first business in his early 20s when most of us were still figuring out what to do with our lives. So without any further ado, I am so excited to introduce to you our special guest, Chris Quang. Welcome, Chris. It's so great to have you here today. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Emily, for your introductions. That I'm very my honor to be here today with the BIB Podcast and to share my story and to show everybody what I'm doing for my businesses.
That's great. So, Chris, I am so eager to learn about your story and you, of course. So please tell us about yourself.
First, so now everybody already know my name. I'm Chris Quang, and was born and raised in America.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Vietnam. But I came from south of Vietnam. That before it was saying that Sai Gon, but now it's Ho Chi Minh City, right?
Ho Chi Minh, yes, of course.
So I came here with my immigrate with family of 6 in 2009.
Wow.
So that's what I
2009, so it's like 11 years ago. That's
13
great.
years.
13, okay. That's why I'm not a math teacher.
You're good. Sometimes I cannot figure out the years,
I'm still stuck, I guess. So it is 2022. But so tell us more about your business. I know I heard there's 4. So I wanted to learn more about your 4 businesses.
Absolutely. So right now I have totally like 4 businesses. But 2 of them I already have I have owned the business for 11 years, the 2 restaurants.
Since you got here.
I got here in 2009, but then I opened the restaurant in 2011, 2 years after I came to US.
Okay.
So the first one is The Lot.
The Lot,
It's a Vietnamese restaurant, a very authentic Vietnamese restaurant. And the second one is Jasmine Express, which just has a boba and Chinese fast food kind of like
a Quick Express.
Pick up. And then I also have the third one that I just recently opened with my partners. It's a Vos Nail. We're doing like a nail salon business.
Nail salon, okay.
Already 2 months.
Vos Nail, okay.
And I also I'm a live living benefit crusaders for over a year right now. So I have four business.
That's great. Okay, you mentioned boba. Everybody loves boba, right? I'm hooked to it. I'm addicted, and I love it. So I need to visit Japanese Express.
Jasmine Express.
Jasmine. I apologize. Jasmine Express.
Yes.
So I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, Chris. So you mentioned you were born and raised in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh. You said, right? So how was it? Growing up in Saigon or Ho Chi Minh.
Well. It's really like in my childhood, I was born in a kind of a poor neighborhood.
Okay.
That we and my brother and siblings, we didn't have any toys at our time at that times. So we have to make up something to entertain
yourselves.
You know.
So how many siblings? You said there's 6 of you, right?
No, I have total three more. I have two more brothers and one sister, but I'm the oldest.
I see. Okay.
So when growing up there, so we have to entertain myself. And then my mom actually is one that, so that's why instead of I'm playing around with the kids, so my mom always make me doing business.
Oh my goodness. And how old were you when you first started shadowing your mom?
No one can believe it. My mom showed me how to do business when I was 6 or 7. She already started slowly.
6 years old. Are you the youngest or
I'm
you
the oldest.
I see. So maybe that was the reason why.
Yes. And then at that time, when we're growing up, it's all I will say. And in the past, I say, "Hey, white kid was having fun."
Yeah.
But I actually have to work.
Yeah.
I didn't feel happy at that time.
Oh.
But when I grow up right now, and what I get, I appreciate it.
Yes, because I think it molded you, shaped you to be resourceful.
Yes.
I mean, hearing from your story, motivated,
Yes.
and that's where your perseverance and dedication comes. I
Yes.
truly get it. But 6 years old, I probably was still playing
Yes.
with playmates, climbing trees, being a rebel in myself, being a tomboy. But wow, what an inspiring story you have, Chris.
I love playing, but I have no choice.
Right.
Because I have to help my family,
Right.
my mom. But that's why I'm still learning a lot. But that's what it get me into me right now.
Yes.
Because I keep doing that for years. So that pretty much. And then when I came, but in my country, so it's very different too as well. Before I came to Vegas.
Oh yeah, coming from Sai Gon or Ho Chi Minh to Vegas, what was that like?
Well, everybody know that the Saigon is the small city, but has the most population in
Isn't
Vietnam.
that the capital?
No, its capital is in North Hanoi.
Oh,
but
Hanoi, okay.
Ho Chi Minh, Saigon is the main economic city
Right.
in Vietnam. So when I get there, so we really packed with people. A lot of people in there, and then we sleep in the very small, tiny place because everybody, so many people, so crowded.
Right.
It's full of motorbikes. You know that if everybody go into Vietnam, they already know that we are very famous for
Or motorbikes, not
Yes.
cars,
Not
but
cars,
motorbikes because of the narrow streets.
Narrow
I would
streets,
assume.
yes, narrow streets.
I do love to watch those travel network shows. So I'm very familiar. And as I said, I have a friend that is Vietnamese also. So I hear stories from her.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right.
So being like that, I'm so I say, oh wow, when I came here, it's all different.
Different because the streets are much bigger.
Bigger, more organized. And then when I came here in 2009,
Yes.
because that is actually my first time that I've been out of the country.
Very first time to
Very
leave.
first to live.
Right.
Yes.
To leave your country. Wow. Must be really, was it like cultural shock with what you have witnessed or?
I think that I opened my eyes up.
Right.
Because I
To a different-
to the different aspect, because everything say America dream,
Yeah.
So I was so excited to come into America at that
And with your
point.
whole entire family.
Yes, we were in the whole family.
Very lucky to come with
Yes,
your
we
entire
think
family.
that we can say very lucky. But the time, assuming that we're waiting, it's been a long time.
Oh, really?
We're waiting
How long did you have to wait?
over 10 years
10 years.
for all the legal document paperwork.
Right. Wow, 10 years, but I believe it's worth it.
It's worth
Okay,
it.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yes.
Yes. And look at you. You have 4 businesses at a very young age. So, what made you start your own business at such a young age, and what made you decide to go in the restaurant industry? Because the lot was your first one, right?
Yes.
What was the driving force? What was the key driving force for you to decide I'm going to own my business instead of working for a corporate?
As I already shared with everyone that when I was a kid, I started my business. My mom showing me how to do
At
the
6
business
years
very
old.
young age. So when I got into that's my business mindset already been there. So I want to grow up, I have to open some kind of my businesses.
Right.
So when I came here, our family working for we went to working for local restaurants, with the really, really low wages at that time.
Of course,
But I was really lucky that I got into work at the Bellagio at that time.
Oh, good.
And I was just a on-call busboy.
Right.
But I already planned myself how to be promoted to be a server.
Yeah.
And eventually, I have ambitions to go into the assistant manager
Great.
and even replace to be a manager or to do in other department. That
Right.
I don't want to be a busboy forever. But that's just temporary
Yeah.
to make a living for our family.
Right. You take what you have at that time, but you're aspiring to do more
Yes,
and to
to do
get
more.
promoted.
To get promoted.
Right, to better yourself. And I'm hearing the family as well, right?
Yes. So when I see the family is like working for a wages that we make even less than when we were in Vietnam, because my family, my mom has a business. So why we came here to US as a land of opportunity? Why we have to stuck to work for someone else? So I when I observed, when I work at the restaurant, I look at the people that, hey, look at that. They're pretty pricey though.
Right. Oh,
So
the prices for
prices
like
in
items, food.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when we think of, when we make a pot of pho at home at home, and then we can
In
eat for a whole
Saigon,
week. In
whole
home.
week for you.
For
Okay.
whole family, being
Yes.
6 people.
Okay.
And we eat 2 meals every day. So I say, I discussed, it was in my
Your head.
head all long time.
Inspired you to own your business.
Correct. And then I discussed with my family, hey, how about let's us open a restaurant?
Right.
Instead of working for somebody else, we can work for ourselves. We can control how much we make.
Of course, yes, I
That's
like
why
that.
I started.
So you started the business with your family. Is that what I'm hearing from you?
Yes.
Okay. But the driving person, the key person is you.
You, yes.
Okay. Because you spoke good English? Did you learn it here or did you learn it in Vietnam?
Well, I learned English in Vietnam, so that's
Good.
why it's advantageous for me to be here. So that I don't have the language barrier.
Yes.
So that is the good advantage. And then I always be self-motivated myself when I came here, because why all of my relatives is coming, hey, you have to find a job. They trying to push me to work for local. Why do I have to do that? I have to get into position that I want to be in the freedom someday in the future and good for my family. My parents, they could live a better life over there because of us. So they came to US because of us. So we have to be ensured that later on we can taking care of them.
That's very good.
So that's what motivates me a lot.
Motivate you to, in reverse, later to pay them back and take care of them.
To have them retire.
Retired, you're right. Oh my goodness, Chris, that's very inspiring, very motivational. I mean, it just, in the Asian community,
Yes,
I think
that's
is that we take care of the elders, right?
Correct.
That's part of our life cycle.
Yes.
Is that they take care of us when we're little, and then in return, we do the reverse and we take care of them.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that. It reminds me of my culture. So how did you come up with the Lot restaurant? Is there a meaning of the Lot? What is the meaning of
when
it?
When I opened up the restaurant, actually Jasmine Express was my first one.
Oh, okay. It was Jasmine Express.
We wanted to open a Vietnamese restaurant. However, something that we couldn't find opportunity at that time.
Okay.
But I was so excited.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's say that at that time we had a little bit investment in 2011, right?
Yeah.
It was hard, but then there's a lot of restaurant for sale. And then my first restaurant was Jasmine Express in June 2009. And then right after 3 months in September 2011, I got Jasmine Express.
Okay.
But then in September 2011, I got
opened the Lot. Okay.
3 months, we opened 2 restaurants.
So the Lot, is there a meaning behind the name?
The name is actually from the previous owners, because at that time, I just want that we want to getting out. We don't want to work. We didn't want to work somebody else.
Right.
We want to improve our finance situations. But as when I went through all of that, I actually, it's not just because of your finance, better income, better things, but it helped me to improve my visions.
Okay, very good. Yeah. So it's a stepping stone for you to expand more into other industries.
Yes.
That's how you got into the nail salon and also the life insurance. Yes, I understand now. So can you think of a time that you planned something and it didn't go accordingly? So how did you make it work? I know I'm laughing because I feel like it's part of our life, right?
Yes.
But I would like to hear from your sect. Yeah.
You know, it's not only like for our personal life or in the especially entrepreneurs.
Right.
We also have something we plan ahead, and then it didn't go accordingly. It's happened to me all the time.
Okay.
But one thing that I learned at first, especially when I into the entrepreneur, into the restaurant business or into any business,
Right.
I'm stuck with that. I was stressful because you plan something and you say, why you didn't go to, because you planned so perfectly.
Right.
However, it didn't go through as I planned. So as I am going to learn the processings, now I love it.
Right.
I turned away. Why we have to think of something that is make you stuck somewhere? Why don't we turn the point to making another options?
Right.
Because not only that solution can solve the problem, but you can seek for another options to solve the problems.
Yes.
That's why when I plan something, I only have 2 or 3 backup plans already. Because I experienced it. And I love the experience of that. Until now, I still love. Some are really difficult to overcome, but
Yes.
I love the challenge.
The challenge, yes. I understand where you're coming from. I feel like you're telling me that if things did not go the way you wanted, is that just accept that, but
Yes.
then go on to the next plan,
Yes,
right?
go on to the next plan.
And I love it because that's what we need to do in order to move on.
Because that's why if you stuck with one problem, you cannot get out of that. So instead of that, why don't we look into another
option?
Another
Yes.
option.
I
right?
truly understand. Yeah,
So that's
but thank you. Yes. So, and you learn more, as you
Oh
said.
yes, I love it. I learn more, and then that's why it built up my experience, my life experience.
Yes, very true. So, who did you look up to growing up?
I can say my mom. My mom didn't go to school, so she taught herself how to do business on her own. So she brought me everywhere to do the business with her. So actually, when I've actually said that in my 14, I already owned a business in Vietnam.
At 14 years old in Vietnam, that's about ninth grade for us
Yes.
here, high school.
I went to school and then I run the business. She invested in the business. She's saying that if they make money, you get it. But if not, then
Start another one.
start another one.
So could you tell me more? I'm curious. At 14 years old, I don't even remember thinking of owning a business, you know?
That's a really, really long story because I owed that business for 2 years. We're doing the, like the kid, like before we have the game, PlayStation game.
PlayStation game, yes.
So I have a lot of stations to rent for the kids, the local, like the
so it's
community.
like a cafe?
Yes, they roll and then rent by hours so that I collect the money.
Okay.
And I'm also doing the like a mini market on the side.
Convenience store.
Convenience store, yes, convenience
okay.
store on the side, and then also I actually had a competitor next to me, so I compete even though I was 14 and then they was adult.
Oh
I
my
love competing with them.
Wow.
I love the competition, so I say, oh my god, it make me excited.
Right.
And then because I earn more customers.
Yes.
Oh my God! Suddenly I feel like something like achieved, and then actually I supported. I paid all the school fee for my brother and sister.
Did you really?
Because my mom saying that, hey, I give you this business, you have to take care of your brother and sister. So I pay them all of that. I have them have good food every morning.
Right.
And then I even have to hire employees. Even for my mom at the home, you have to pay for the employee as well.
Right.
So I actually pay for the employee too.
My goodness.
I didn't know that.
That's a huge responsibility for a 14-year-old kid.
I think that moment I was kind of, I was like half playing, and half, so that's
mature,
why mature. But at that time I appreciate that because I will have no stress.
Right. Yes.
Because I'm still doing the business in the middle of, I was in transition of
but you're
teenagers.
but you're still going to school at the same time.
Yes. Morning I go to school, I have like somebody taking care of that. Yes. And
Wow.
trying to go back and taking care of the
So
business.
how did you find time to study? I'm just curious.
I studied at the slot in the business.
Oh, at the
too.
cafe
At the
where they
cafe.
have the PlayStation.
Yes.
Yeah. And you said you rent the PlayStations per hour to the
Hours.
children.
We have a lot. And then we also have one section is like a computer game too.
Computer game. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm blown away.
Yep, I love that moment. That is my best memory, childhood memory.
Wow. Yes. I can't top that because at 14, I'm still playing with my teenage friends,
Yes.
hanging out with cousins and everything.
Well,
And-
I think that everybody has their own lives, their own
Right,
lifestyle.
yes,
So
yeah.
you get something that is for yourself, but this is my great memory.
Right. And it really shaped you to
Yes.
to be on the right mind to be an entrepreneur.
Yes, that's why I always say, I really love my mom, and thanks to her, she will never say no to anything that I do. She always be there supporting.
Right.
Me.
She encourages
really supported
you.
me.
Yes.
Yes, encouraged me,
Yeah.
and she's really contagious to me too.
Yeah, her positive traits.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So, what's one habit you do daily?
I do love reading books,
good.
but as an entrepreneur and as business owners, I don't have time. And then how can I read
Yes.
books? Because the moment that you stop learning, I mean that
Yes, yeah.
it's kill myself.
Yeah.
I mean that it's kill my business. So I have a habit that in the morning, instead of doing something, I just grab my phone and listen to either motivational
Okay.
right
messages,
story
yeah.
messages for 10 15. So I'm listening to I have an app, it's called Hackway,
Okay.
that is only summarize all of the whole books detailed in
okay.
10 or 15 minutes. So if something that I really interested,
Yes.
then I will buy the whole book and read it slowly.
Oh,
So that's why I improve my knowledge in the
Right.
reading,
I like that concept. I have to look into that. Yeah.
it's
But
pretty helpful because
Right.
you summarize everything that useful information already, so you're absorbing it. So
Yes.
when you think that, this is really helping me now, so now I'm gonna be
buying. Yeah, you buy the book to
Yes.
immerse yourself more.
Correct.
Right. That is great. And I love the fact that you start your day listening to motivational
Yes, correct.
messages. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I know how busy you get with the 4 businesses. And that's why I'm very appreciative that you took your time to come here to share your story with us. Yeah, thank you, Chris.
My pressure.
Thank you. So, what is your favorite tool to use that helps you run your business? Because you're super busy. I know that.
As I have multiple businesses,
Mm-hmm.
for sure that time consumed is a lot.
Yeah.
It's compressed. So with being that, I think that with technology right now, I appreciate that we have so much smartphone right now, right? So I love using social media right now.
Social media?
Social media is a main tool to advertise my restaurants, also my
yeah.
insurance business, and also my
Yes.
nail business. And in order to keep everything in order, I love to use Google Calendar.
Yes, to keep you on
to
task.
keep appointment
Yeah.
in task, And then I'm loving to use Google Sheet, Google Document.
Right.
Everything is so organized in my phone, and I can do the business everywhere with my phone.
Oh, that's
right now.
great.
So
Yeah.
that's just so. I have to learn that. I'm not good at it, but I have to learn every day to
Improve your use of it. Yes.
the use. Yep.
Mine as well, right? The technology is here for us to take advantage of its usefulness.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. So, what is the best part about working for yourself?
The best part working for myself is actually everybody when open to open a business, they only want time freedom or finance freedom.
Time freedom and finance freedom.
Yes.
Okay.
Money freedom, right? They
Yes.
say. But however, instead of before you can get into that levels, I know that there's a lot of sacrifice when you work for it. And
Right.
then the because I love to be in the business is that I love I love to challenge myself.
Right.
Because when I win some battles, I'm super happy because challengings make me motivations.
Right.
Motivate me.
Yes. Of
So
course.
when it motivate me, it's getting me excited.
Yes.
And then I love to explore my capabilities because I know that what I am good at. Am I good at management, or I'm good at the socializing, or I'm
Right.
good at the specific things in the business? It helped me to improve my my personal experience in
Right.
life later on. Because I don't know that what I like if I don't try it. So in the
Yes.
business world, that I can try everything, that I can make my own decision
Yes.
in my business.
Yeah,
And to test it out to see if
test it
works,
out.
right?
Yes, and what works,
What
you
works,
stick
what
with
not.
that. What
Yes.
doesn't work, then you find another alternative.
Yes,
I
alternative.
get it. Yes, yeah. And so I'm hearing that as a business owner, you have to be flexible, right? Adaptable and flexible. You can't just be stuck in
Yes.
doing something that does not work. You know.
Yeah, I think that if as a business, you have to be very flexibility is the key word. But thanks God that I've been trained when
Yes.
I was a kid until now. So flexibility is not really is my big concern, because I think that I'm pretty good at that.
Right.
But in the meanwhile, we still have to learn, because before you mean that if I put my a lot before, I have a lot of ego. I think that I know a lot, but now when you learn a lot.
Yeah, when you
have to
open
be
your
humble.
mind, right?
I'm always humble. I always look up to someone who is better than me,
Of course,
because
yes.
they may have something that
You want to
don't
learn
know.
from.
I want to learn
Yes,
from.
Yeah.
maybe something that I learned from them, so that it helped me not only for my personal, but maybe in my business as
Of
well.
course, yeah, I like that. Yeah, of course, there's always room for improvement.
Always.
Yes. How about, do you see any challenges working for yourself?
Oh yes. When you're working for myself, there's just a lot of like lots of stress, right?
Yeah.
To own a business is like your baby, and then I have 4 babies.
4 babies. Oh my goodness. And they're all with different personality.
Yes,
I'm
all
assuming.
different personalities. That's what, if you can master all of the different personality to each one, you attain your success better. So that's why you have to
Right.
go and throw you out and take a risk and to learn them and to see that restaurant is different.
Of course. Yes.
Nails management
It's
is
different too. Of course. Yeah.
client, because you target to different clients,
Your target,
customers,
yes, your
right?
target customer, target audience is different. And I'm happy to hear that you say 4 different children, because really one size parenting does not fit all.
Yes.
Yeah, you're so close to your siblings, and you actually took good care of them for sending them to school. And I'm sure that every sibling you have different personalities. One thing might work for one, but the other might not work.
Yes, I know
right?
their own personality, so I have to using different techniques or different
Techniques,
strategy
yes.
to deal with them.
Right.
Even my mom, my parents, they all have different characteristics, right? So I
Right.
have to learn to master how, not only like that, it's in life too. We
Yes.
deal with the people that
Right.
everybody have different characteristics.
So thank you. So I'm hearing, to be a great entrepreneur, to be a successful one, you have to be well-rounded. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Yes, correct.
Thank you for sharing that. So tell us what makes your businesses unique, that nobody can duplicate what you do. You have 4 businesses, so I'm not sure if you want to tell us all about the 4, what makes them unique to you.
I think that
It's hard to replicate by other businesses. And I know you love competition. So
yes. So I think that everybody now, that we have the recipe there.
Yes.
Everybody really right now can do it, can duplicate it. But to me, my characteristic is, so your passion, your personality is what the other business can duplicate, because you have something that you do to your business plan or your business is different than other
Right.
people running the business. Even though I let you run my business, but you run your own way,
right, different.
right?
Yes.
So I run my different perspective. So that's why passion
is
everything that you need
Right.
to put on, because if you must like what you do first in order to improve that business and make that business better.
Right. So I kind of, hearing from you, I kind of think of like a pho might be different thing, from your restaurant to another restaurant, right? But what makes it special is that your passion makes it different from another restaurant. Is because are you very hands-on? in the restaurant. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that is I like that a lot. We are like people saying that we have a like mom and pop.
Yeah, I like that because yes, I mean, to me, when I try restaurants, I love to try authentic food, and because I get to taste the flavor.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for, and also great service is one thing. So I like small businesses, small restaurants, hole in the wall, because I can actually, it has a different characteristic personality from a big restaurant. So
I have my customers saying that I love this place because I feel like this is my mom cooking meal for me, and I got a lot of that feedback. So that's what make our difference, because you can go into a big franchise restaurant, but the one is more a commercial. It's good in their way, but in our way, that someone that, especially if you are the one that you're not in the, you live far from your family.
Right.
But this meal it making you memories that your mom cooked.
It reminds you of your mom.
Yes, mom. And that's why I love that from the customer feedback.
Yes.
So that's why I think that is something that you can duplicate. Or the big franchise or big business that you cannot duplicate as a small business.
Well, you got me sold. I'm going to visit your restaurant sometime this weekend.
Yes.
Because I do love that feel too. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. So you told me that, your passion is your secret ingredient. Is there anything else other than being a passionate person?
I think that I don't focus on perfection.
Okay.
I focus on the progression.
Procreation.
Yes, because that I think that if I'm saying that I'm perfect and I'm doing everything good and I don't listen to the customer feedback, I say that I ego high, say no, it's good, but people say that it's not good. You have to check it, to see if it's good or is something wrong with me or something like that. So if I see that, I focus on improvement.
Very good.
There's a room to improve, because when you're saying that you are perfect, then you have no growth.
Oh, I understand that.
So that's why I only listen to the client feedback and how. Right. And then for sure you have to put, because as the perspective, you have to put in the consideration to see if that feedback is legit or not, right?
Yeah, so is it legit or valid?
Yes, valid. Then you put in consideration to change it and to improve it and make your product or your service better.
I like that, because a lot of entrepreneurs, as I said, they do believe that their service or their product is the best, and sometimes they forget to listen to their customers' feedback, and that's one of the downfall. But for you, you're an evolving entrepreneur who actually is very adaptable to what your customer wants. So I think you're gonna grow big.
Thank you.
So I really like that perspective, because as I said, I mean, that's what we are. If you want to please your customers, then you need to change if there's anything that needs to be done.
Yes. I always put it in that consideration when the customer is saying that something like that. Then I say, okay, let me look deep into it, and then I will find out to see if I need to improve something. So that is my own way, my priority, that I have to listen to. I have to listen first. The ability to listen to your customers is very important.
Oh, great. Thank you. So how do you market your business, and what strategies have been most successful? I think you did mention social media, right?
Yes. So right now, our business already word of mouth.
Yes, I like
already
that.
telling that, and then I got it from a lot of people will
referrals
when you do it.
Yep.
So it's like actually free advertising for me already.
Yeah,
for sure. If you're doing the mass advertising on social, you spend
lots of money.
Lots of money, and then I consider it as like. So I think that is not the right way, but not the really, because when you spend, I would rather focusing on my staff.
Right, your staff and your customers through the word of quality,
instead of spending on too much on media, social advertising. I have to spend a lot of money.
Right. I do like that, the fact that you said through the word of mouth because customers are the best advertisers for
Correct.
your repeat customers.
Because when your client, when your customer loves you, loves your food, whenever they tell 10, the family will come to you.
Yeah, so it multiplies.
It multiplies, and they believe and they trust your client,
of
and then
course.
they come to you.
Yes, it's very true. That is very true. Yes. I love the fact that you focus on the great quality of your food, your product, and the service, and you make your staff happy.
Yes.
Happy staff are productive staff.
Yes. I don't say that I am perfectly doing that, but I'm on the way that improvement because I know that they work hard too.
Yes,
so
they do.
They need some reward. Just like me, why we have opened the business because we want a reward. They also, if we can doing something good for them, and then they really willing to put their hard work and then their passion to whatever they do, we have to encourage them something to reward them. I'm doing the best, but I am improving myself.
Right. So I like the fact that you are cultivating a really positive work environment in your businesses. But like you said, when they're happy, they're more productive. They also have the passion to better the business, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So if you take care of your staff members, they take care of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very true.
You have to find the right people to work for you because if you run a business, you only depend on you. You work hard. That's not enough.
It is, yeah. So loyalty is one of the things that you're looking for. A staff member.
Yes. So I appreciate that all my staff have been working with me for a long time.
Yeah.
I have no trend.
Yeah. So I do, I do know that they said attitude, when you hire, attitude is the first thing you look at because you can train your staff members to gain the skills you need.
Yes.
So really.
When I have staff, I will watch their personality first.
Yes.
Whenever coming here, I can see that if there's things that I put my more time to train him to be a leader. So I really sometimes I tell my staff that sometimes when you work here, I appreciate that you helping me.
Right.
But I always give them a big leap. I say, if you think that I don't have any improvement in the improvement here, if you find a better opportunity, I am happy.
You support them.
I'm supporting them to leave. Don't work here.
Right.
So I will motivate them to go into better environment.
Right. Thank you for saying that. So goodness gracious, time flies, Chris. So we're coming to the end. Well, I'm gonna ask you, what is is there something going great for your business worth celebrating? This is the time for you to tell us more about your business, promote it for us. But definitely, I'm gonna visit the lot this weekend and then Jasmine Express very soon because I love boba. So I'm gonna make that trip all the way to the North Las Vegas.
Thank you. So. I've been in the restaurant business for 11 years. So we have been through I have been through much of hardship, and even through the pandemic.
Yes,
we were able to make it through and thrive through. So I really appreciate that all of the hard work that I put out, and then also that now we are facing another challenges. Everybody, right? Everybody know that inflation.
Yes,
inflations with the business cost for us is cut deep into our profit. But we are still working hard to be fair, to be our loyal customers. When we come to visit the lot. Or to visit Jasmine Express.
Yes.
And also
Bose
nail. You want beautiful nails. Yeah. And also if you need to protection of your
family, financial stability. Of course.
You also always can contact me. So that I'm trying to do my best, to help your family to protect, because when your family protect, I'm very happy because I can help someone.
Right. And how I'm hearing is that you wanted to share that with others because you have been a protector for your family.
Yes, absolutely.
You have been a provider for your siblings, for your parents. So with that, I wish you prosperity and never-ending growth personally and in your business. So thank you so much, Chris. What an incredible conversation with you today. I appreciate you coming, and my goodness, your story is very inspiring and motivational.
Thank you very much, and thanks for everyone giving me a chance to be here and then share my story and my passion to everyone. And I hope that I can inspire some young entrepreneurs,
Of course.
to step up and take risks and to build your own empire in the future.
Thank you. What a great message we have. Thank you so much.
cho đời em một màu xanh mới, một giây